everyone. We are here working on the Stitches Quilting Live Well, Live Strong quilt right behind me. Today we are working on the balance block. So it should be a lot of fun and I'm so excited to be here with all of you guys. So far the blocks that we have made has been the fuel block. We have made the leisure block. We have made the mindful blocks, and I made a couple different versions of the mindful. We have made the positive blocks, and there are worksheets that correspond with all of these. We have made the freedom blocks, and I made a couple different color versions here, and we made the self-care block. So, hi Shelly, hi Catherine, how are you guys doing? It's so good to see you. So we are gonna work on self-care today, and guess what? No, not self-care, balance. We're working on balance. The self-care worksheets and blog post is all up, so if you guys want that, hi Diane, welcome. We're glad to have you. But if you want the self-care worksheets and everything else, they're already live and everything. And for the balance worksheets, they are live and up and all ready for you guys to download. So all you have to do is, if you're on Facebook, go ahead and say, send me the pattern or whatever you want. Is that live yet, Matt?
It should be.
Yeah, it should be. So send me the pattern or the worksheets or anything else that you want in there. But I want to show you a couple things that we have going on. I actually made myself a notebook for the Live Well, Live Strong quilt. And so I put the pattern in the front, like the front pattern and the back cover of the pattern. And then I put in here the different pattern sheets for how to make the different quilt blocks. But then at the end of that, I went ahead and I put all my worksheets in here. So I don't know how you guys are organizing yours, but let me go ahead and show you. These are the balance worksheets for this week. So if you're wanting the balance worksheets, the worksheets are actually free. Anyone can download them. And this is what they look like. So there's actually 2 of them. And I think they're really fun and they're well written. And the self-care worksheets, I'm trying to get a week ahead of everything. But the self-care worksheets are right here too for you to download. So you can download both of those. For those that have purchased the pattern, we're going to send you out an email with links to every single worksheet and all the different places. So, Robin, you have a notebook too. Good, good. And it's getting cooler there in South Carolina, but no snow. And we're starting to get, hi, Deanna. I know Luke did read his book, and he read me another Dr. Seuss book today about dinosaurs. So, it's been kind of fun. I've been having a good time with him. I'm actually going to be making my balance block in these fabrics right here, and I'm also going to be doing it in a black and white. So so we have 2 different versions that we're going to be working on there. So why don't we go ahead and go to the overhead view, Matt, and let me go ahead and show you. So here is my pattern, and I can give you this, Matt. Oh, and I just took away the chat. And I want to show you another thing that I did. Is I actually made a quilt label for the back of the Live Well, Live Strong quilt. So for those of you that are interested in one, for those that have been doing your social media posts where you're posting out a picture of your quilt blocks, then I am going to actually send you guys a free label that you can have, and it's on fabric. So right here is, I printed this off on my computer, but I wanted a label that would actually show the different fabrics and the quilt with all of the different names of the blocks, so that if you're giving it as a quilt, as a gift, people will know what the quilt blocks are and the meanings. Or if it's your own quilt block, then you'll have that done too. I do have this formatted in a more generic version where it doesn't say my name on there, but it leaves a larger space for you to add all of the information that you guys might want to add. So the wax paper is still on the back of this one, but this is a white piece of fabric. So as a bonus, for those of you that have already been posting your blocks and you guys know who you are, I'm going to be sending this out. And if you guys want to, this week, please post as many blocks as you can of the blocks that you've sewn. And what people do is they just take a picture of it and show it on Facebook. So in fact, it just occurred to me that I didn't put Instagram. We have Facebook and YouTube on live right now, but I wanted to show you. So for example, let me go ahead and show you on my phone what people are doing. If you go to, oh, let me go to Facebook over here. If you go to the Everyone Can Quilt Facebook group, and if you're not a member of this yet, you can become a member. So if you're somebody that's on Facebook a lot, go ahead and join the Everyone Can Quilt Facebook group. It's a really friendly Facebook group. And then you can see here, I posted a picture of the self-care worksheets and what that looks like. Why can't I see other people's stuff? Hello? Oh, maybe because I'm using things? I don't know. But let's see here. Photos, let me put photos. But you can see here's other people that are posting their quilt blocks. And all they're doing is they're snapping a picture of their quilt blocks, and then they're sharing it on Facebook in this Everyone Can Quilt group. Hi Josephine, how are you? And hi Bev. So if you're on YouTube, you can also join this group if you want to share that. I don't know of a way that we could share things on YouTube. If you're on Instagram, and Instagram is your favorite platform, you can see where I'm sharing these blocks. And this one, I shared a picture of the Freedom block right there that I made. And then right here, I shared a picture of the self-care block. And I just go ahead and I put like a little, well, I put longer things about it. But when you do, use the Live Well, Live Strong hashtag. So whenever you do things, because then I can find your posts. So if I click the Live Well, Live Strong hashtag right here, you can see everyone else that is making this quilt and all of their other posts that they're doing and the pictures that they're doing. And it's really fun, you guys, to go and like each other's posts, and whether it's on Facebook or on Instagram, and go ahead and share everything so that everybody has, you know, just get to know everybody that's doing the Live Well, Live Strong sew along. And that's what makes a sew along fun. So there we go. I wanted to share that with you guys. So let's go ahead and get to self-care. And today we are going to be giving away these cute little measuring tapes. They're covered in fabric, but it's a fun little measuring tape and it zips up. And we'll be giving away some on Facebook, some on YouTube. And I have less people that go on live to YouTube, but they say they have an easier time getting on live on YouTube. So, but just so you know, so you sometimes have a better chance of winning if you're on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, that's great too. But, and then I'll do a live on Instagram and we'll get those shipped out. So let's go ahead and go to the pattern. And we are on the balance quilt block. And I have my pieces already kind of pre-cut out for me. And so, but we're going to go ahead and show you what to do here. So and you know, Matt, I might need a longer ruler from the other room. I'm sorry. Because I need to trim this block right here, but I also need to trim, oh dear. Hold on guys. This is Deanna. Yes. Hold on 1 minute. Yes. Can you hold for just one? Oh, okay. Let me give you a call right back. Okay, thank you. Okay, sorry you guys. I thought that was an urgent call I need to take, and it was not. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to cut these small squares in a diagonal. So I'm gonna lay them on top of each other. And this we don't necessarily need to mark, but we're gonna go ahead and, I think that's too funny, I answered the phone. Oh good, Carolyn, I'm so glad you're on YouTube. And Diane's on YouTube, and Tiffany's on YouTube. That's really fun, you guys. And thank you for commenting because it helps me to know that you're there. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark this and cut this at a diagonal. And we need 3 squares of 3 gray squares. So I cut 2 of these, and I'm gonna just set this aside. And then we need 1 yellow triangle. I'm sorry, did I say triangles when I meant to say squares? So we need one yellow triangle here. So I'm going to cut this in as a diagonal right there. So then I have these 3 pieces in this one, right like that. And then this one, we're going to actually cut this at a diagonal too. You do have some extra fabric, but as you're cutting more pieces for the quilt, you can actually use this piece of fabric to cut more of your fabric pieces. Okay, I just rolled over something funny right there. Didn't cut all the way through. Okay, so these are the pieces that we need for this block. Let me go ahead and move this ruler over here. I won't need one quite so big later on. So we're going to go ahead and just lay this out. So this block is like, well, it's kind of like a balance. So because it's a balance block, right? So it's almost like a scale that could teeter and totter. Does that make sense? So it can teeter and totter. You know, Matt, let's go ahead and flip that to the front camera because we got a little bit of flashing. So, and I'm going to put this on my design board, this fabric here for you. So I've got the good little design board, and I'm going to just lay this up here. And so it's almost like it's a little teeter-totter of a balance block, which is why we're talking about balance this week. And so what we're doing, and I'm sorry, we've got a little bit of flashing with the camera, and Matt and I are going to figure out what that is this next week, huh, Matt?
Yep.
We're going to go bring in some experts and figure out what we're doing. So the block is constructed like this. Do you think the overhead one is less? Matt, that's just so interesting. So that we're getting it on both of these cameras, but we're going to figure it out. So right here, what we're going to do is we're going to construct this unit, these 2 pieces right here, and then we will add these 2 pieces to this. Then we will stitch this peach triangle, or this, it's called lipstick. It's a Riley Blake confetti cotton fabric, and we're going to then stitch all of that together. So let's get stitching here. But balance is really important. And as we prepared the worksheet, let me go ahead and go to the worksheet and talk about some things that are on the worksheet. There are different reasons. Wouldn't you love to be that little heart that's walking on it looks like a hammock to me. So let me go ahead and go over to the sewing machine and go ahead and stitch some of this for you. So I'm going to stitch these 2 blocks together, just right sides together like this. And the other thing that I do is I often, if I have these 2 pieces that aren't quite matching up, I will corner this piece right here. Make sure these 2 are matched right here on that corner. So these should match up, but they're not right now. And then I will auto-correct what is happening over on this side, okay? So let's go ahead and look at this. Now, for balance, let's go ahead and so I think we can switch to the sewing machine, Matt. For balance, we want to kind of make sure that we are, one thing that's really fun about this block is we're dealing with triangles, as you can see. And I don't know if you know this, but the pyramids are actually one of the most sound pieces of our architecture out there. And it's because it's built with triangles in mind. And with the triangles being there, then we are able to, it's just a stronger construction a triangle is versus a square. And that's what makes these pyramids just so strong. I am going to go ahead and press this open real quickly so we can go to the overhead view, Matt. And let me just grab my iron. I can do this on top of this. Let's set our seams real quickly, and then let's go ahead and press this open. So one of the reasons why pyramids are so strong is because they have that square base right here, and then they have 4 triangles that go along. But a triangle, are any of you guys geometry things? I know, Robin, I've enjoyed seeing what people are making with their leftover fabrics too. It's really a lot of fun. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pull this back over. Now, this is something I want to go ahead and show you, and let me see how I did this in the pattern. So let me go ahead and go to, well, there's a good example of this right here, but let's go ahead and go back over this way. We're fine. So when I go ahead and have this block, you can see that's going to flip over, and I'm going to stitch it down this lane right here. I am going to have a dog's ear, an extra triangle hanging off the edge. There, let me go ahead and bring this up closer. So you can see we're going to have a little bit of an extra triangle. So let's bring this over and let's bring this flat. And you can see there's a little bit of a dog ear right there. And you should have that dog ear. You want everything to line up straight right up here along that flat part. So I'm going to line these up just a little bit more carefully, make sure it's lined up with my edge. And let's bring it back over to the sewing machine. Matt, if you can. Anyways, okay, so here we go. So now I'm just going ahead and stitching this at 1/4 of an inch seam, right like that. So you can see that just going right along there. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this up and cut that thread. And let's go ahead and press this open even more. Now I could open up my seams here, but for the sake of the video, I'm just kind of bringing this along. Let's set the seam real carefully and then bring this over. So you can see I've got this little bit of a dog ear hanging out here. So anytime that you see this, those little dog ears are good. We're gonna trim them off later on, but you want to see that excess fabric because you know you're gonna have a good 1/4 inch seam caught up in there. So here's our other triangle. We're gonna flip this over once again, and we just want a little bit of that dog ear hanging down. So try to match this up right here, and then we want this dog ear coming this way because we want this to cross over at about a 1/4 inch mark so that when we match it up to this one, the seams will all match together. Let's see here. Oh, Liz says she loves you, Matt. We do. We all love Matt. I was telling Matt today I'm so excited that he is helping me because we're really getting more up to date with everything. And trying to get everything sent out and done a week ahead of time. And then we have some more plans, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So I really wanted to get caught up here. So you can go ahead and see how I'm stitching this together. I'm kind of holding my little dog ear here. Maybe I should be using pins. Maybe you guys use pins. But I'm just kind of making sure that that dog ear is staying at a good length there. And I'm watching my fabric, so maybe I should be actually pinning this. Okay, let's go ahead and go back to the overhead camera and let's set our seam again. So I'm going to bring this over, set the seam, and now I'm going to bring this back. Whoop, I have to hold that tight to keep that on. Which, you guys, really any kind of iron works. Although we do have a giveaway. We have a giveaway for a medium-sized Cricut Easy Press that's going around. Matt, I wonder if we can pin that to the Facebook. You know what I mean? Pin it to the top so people can find it. But, okay, so we now have this triangle unit all done right here, okay? I feel like I need to press that a little bit more. I could use my little pressing mat. But there is a giveaway. It lasts for a week. It'll end on Sunday, I think. So now what we're going to do for this balance block is go ahead and flip this over, and we're going to line this up just right like that. And then once again, what I will do is I'm always fearful that my blocks won't. So I mean, I've got a pretty good sizing here, but I'm going to go ahead and line this up so it matches with this corner over here. And I'm not going to worry about this excess space right here. I want these corners to all match up. What is the most important thing though is that we have a crossing point right here. So actually I'm going to need to bring that further out. So let's go ahead and mark it. So you can see where these two stitch lines. Oh, I guess Matt, you could also put that in the Facebook comments where to enter. You probably already did.
I don't know where that is.
Oh, you don't know where it is? It's okay. We'll find it later. I'll pin it on the thing. But there is a giveaway for a Cricut Easy Press. So we're wanting to stitch right across here. And I am going to want to bring that pink fabric up to match this because I need that to match right there. So we're going to go ahead and lay that down. So this is the priority, is that I for sure have a 1/4 of an inch seam all the way, just, well, almost a 1/4 inch, whatever's needed. But I cross through that intersection right there, or just slightly ahead of it, because that is where we're then going to have our seams match with that little point of that triangle. So it's kind of like a teeter-totter. A teeter-totter was one of my most favorite things. Okay, Matt, I think we can flip it over to the camera. But the teeter-totter was one of my most favorite things. Something that Matt and I were talking about today is if you don't have momentum, like if you think about somebody on a bicycle, the reason why they don't fall over is because they're moving. So they have balance on a bicycle. Let's go ahead and line this up. Once again, I could be using pins, but I'm not. I should be. So you have balance because you have a momentum. And because of, so you can see right here is where we're going to cross over, right where that intersection is of those 2 white stitch lines. I should have used a darker thread so you guys could see that. And we're going to bring this across right over here. And let's go ahead and keep bringing this down. So, what was I going to say? Oh, so because you have momentum, or if you think about a ball, Luke loves basketball. So if you think about a basketball spinning on somebody's finger, the reason why it's spinning and can stand up there, now I did a little bit too small of a 1/4 inch seam. That is funny. It's because I'm talking and stitching at the same time. Let's go ahead and press this and see what this measures out to be. I'm going to switch out to my pressing mat. Hold on. So let's go ahead and press this. We can move this over. So the reason why the basketball doesn't fall off of the tip of the finger is because it is spinning and it has momentum and it's going to stay in place. So if we are moving in life, then we are going to have that momentum and we are going to keep spinning and we're going to keep going and we're going to have balance. But we also need to make sure we're not balanced, not spinning out of control. Okay, so there's the balance block. If I'm looking at that, so you can see how it's kind of like a teeter-totter or a balance on a balance, what would you call it? Yeah, exactly. So it, but it's something that's sitting there. And our goal is, so for example, your washing machine, here's the worksheet right here. On your washing machine, you wouldn't want your washing machine out of balance. If your washing machine was out of balance, it would be going all wonky and it would not wash right? So we want to be in balance. And in order to do that, there's definitely some different strategies that we can do. Now, this block, I want this block to be 6.5 inches. So this is a 6.5 inch square ruler. So when you are finished, the pattern on this, let's go ahead and pull the pattern back. The pattern says square block to 6.5 inches, okay? So the unfinished size of the block is 6 inches, but that's when it's sewn in the quilt. So, but the instructions say square block to 6.5 inches. So once we have this stitched, we do want to square up this block so it's 6.5 inches. And then that way, when you're stitching together all your blocks, you're gonna have really nice, it's gonna sew together. And you know what? You guys have been sewing your rows together. I haven't sewn my row together. I need to sew my row together and post that on, I'm gonna go ahead and do this one this way, and post that on my social media. So, and get that posted out. I've got like a little crooked thing where I'm not cutting real nicely in here. That's pretty funny. Okay, we're gonna go that way. Let me go ahead and rotate this along. And did this not, oh, I need to open up this even more. If this opened up even more, it needs to press more. Hang on for 1 minute. I didn't press that good enough. Look, that's too funny. And this might be where I want to fix my seaming there. But let's go ahead and press that a little bit better. I feel like I have some warping, so really I think I want to go ahead and fix that seam that just wasn't quite right on there. Actually, that's kind of nice and flat. It's pretty hot though. Okay, so what we're wanting to do, so this, yes, I love having the 6.5 inch ruler, but we do have some other size blocks that we're going to be dealing with too. So let's go ahead and just square up this side too. But when I square this up, I do want to make sure I've got my 1/4 inch seam on this side, so that when I'm seaming this to the next block, I can seam that and not do it. Now look right here. Let me bring this up close. I just kind of cut off all that fabric, and I don't have my 1/4 inch seam right there. So I should have my 1/4 inch seam here and my 1/4 inch seam right there. So I just kind of sliced that and kind of ruined that little 1/4 inch seam. You can see over here, if I needed to make this smaller, I could easily slice these sides down. Does that make sense? When you're squaring up your block, you do want to be strategic and be thinking about your 1/4 inch seams that you have other places. So I may do something and kind of fix this a little bit. Put a brand new blade into your rotary cutter. I know, I'm wondering if there's something like on this mat, you know what I mean? Or if it's, we've actually cut a lot of kits with this mat. I kind of need to put a new mat here, because sometimes cutting across, can you see at this half 18 inch point and this the 3/4 inch point, my mat's a little bit doing something funky. Okay, so this is, and I'm gonna save, so this is our balance block. So it looks like a balancing block that's, you know, that can balance there. But you guys, there is so much beauty in balance, but balance is not something that we can necessarily achieve. If you're in an ocean, and this is a picture of an ocean that's on the worksheet. If you're standing in an ocean and the waves are coming back and forth and it's fluid, right? When the waves are coming back and forth and there might be some currents that are going on. Oh, let's go on the front camera. Sorry, Matt. And the currents are going back and forth when you're in an ocean. You're going to be moving, and life is organic, and the ocean is organic. And as you're moving back and forth, you have to keep your balance, right? Because that's what life is about. Life is not about just like a perfect balance all the time. Life is organic, and it has movement to it. And we can feel that movement, and we do have to adjust our balance, because remember, if you're on a bike or if you're, you know, on a unicycle, you need to have movement in order to stay up. So life does have movement, and it's an organic type of thing. So you want to make sure that you're readjusting and reevaluating. And that's what I hope these little worksheets can help you with. So if you need the worksheets on Facebook, be sure to go ahead and say that you would like the worksheet. You think, Matt, a good phrase on that is worksheet, or send me the worksheets, or live well, live strong. This is the Live Well, Live Strong quilt.
Yes, I think it's the same keywords as the quilt. So just,
yeah,
if you say balance, it should show up.
Or whatever you want. Balance, yeah, balance, say the word balance. And then you'll get the pattern that will automatically be sent to you through Facebook. If you're on YouTube, then go ahead and on YouTube, go in the link in the description, and it will have the link to the balance blog post and the worksheet that's attached to that. So anyways, so this, oh, another thing I would do on this block is go ahead and trim off some of my dog ears. So I've got some dog ears sitting there in the middle, and I would trim some of those off. And you could also press open your seams. You know, whatever kind of pressing or what kind of method that you want to do, then that's what you do, okay? Because this is all about you, and it's your quilt, and it's for you to make your own special way. So this is the block for balance this week. I hope there's some goals in there. I know that I'm going to be doing some evaluation of balance in my life, and I'm going to be trying to have more balance in terms of my work schedule and my family time, and with other personal things that I need to get done, whether it's cooking dinner or going to the grocery store or just having a little bit more balance there. And that's something that I'm going to be working on, is rechecking what my balance is, in addition to healthy eating and also some exercise in there. So those are some of my goals. You guys might have a whole different set of goals, but let me know what goals you guys have, and let me know about your progress as you make your blocks and you post them. And if you haven't posted your pictures of your blocks yet, or if you'd like to join the sew along, just get the pattern at Stitches Quilting. The pattern does cost money. The worksheets doesn't cost anything. But if you're posting your blocks, then we are going to be sharing the fabric label that you can put on the back of your quilt and personalize just the way that you want it. Good, Robin, I'm so glad you got the worksheet. I'm so glad. So anyway, but let me know if you guys have any thoughts. I'm so curious to hear about your balance. I know I'm going to try to be more organized this week. I'm going to try to delegate some things that I know I can delegate and do some other things too. So, oh, one other thing. I don't know if any of you guys are part of the Modern Quilt Guild, but we do have the fabrics for the Modern Quilt Guild. This year, they're using Riley Blake fabrics. So the Modern Quilt Guild has, what you do is you choose 3 out of the 4 fabrics, you combine them into a quilt, and then you use all Riley Blake solids. And then you can submit your quilt to the Modern Quilt Guild and have it be shown in Riley Blake's Garden of Quilts event that will be here in Utah in Thanksgiving Point in the fall. So that would be a great thing. I'll definitely be at that event if any of you guys want to come. It's the Thanksgiving Point Garden of Quilts. It is up and already there. So anyways, so just a shout out to that for the Modern Quilt Guild. We do have this in fat quarter bundles if any of you guys are interested. We sell it by the yardage, and we've got gobs of yardage of these fabrics and Riley Blake confetti cotton solids. So anyways, so you guys, I hope you guys have a great week, and I'm hoping Matt and I are going to do some more videos this week, right, Matt? And we're going to get some more things done, but I am so glad I am on top of everything with the sew along and getting emails out to you guys and getting everything else done. So anyways, I love you guys tons and enjoy your day. Be sure to enter the giveaway for the Cricut Easy Press that is on Facebook. I'm giving away 2 Cricut Easy Presses, and it's the medium size blue one. So it's a bit larger than this one right here, but you can enter by going to Instagram, and you can enter by going to Facebook. So those are the 2 platforms where I've got that giveaway organized. So anyways, you guys have fun. You can find me at Stitches Quilting Deanna Wall on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So thanks, you guys. We'll see you a little bit later. I can't wait to see all of your blocks, and I can't wait to see what else you're sewing and doing and everything else, because you guys inspire me. We'll see you a little bit later. Bye, Shelly. Bye, Liz. Bye, Dolores. Bye. Oh, wait. I have to announce the winners. Oh, my goodness. I almost forgot to announce the winners for these little measuring tapes. And I was semi-organized. Look, you guys, I put a piece of painter's tape to write down everybody's name with a pen. So I love little Sharpie markers. So, Matt, do you want to get me names? Holy cow. I know that we've got, let's see who we have on, okay, on YouTube. Let's go ahead and go with, oh, this doesn't show up very well. Let's go with Diane, 57M. So let's have you win one of these, and Robin, let's have you win one on YouTube, and then on Facebook. Let's see here. How about Cindy Johnson? Gosh, I can't see my thing really well, but that's okay. I'm going to be able to read it. So Cindy Johnson, and let's see here. Who else do we have? Matt, if you can scroll through the comments a little bit better, and I can see. How about Josephine Henry? Let's do that one. And I see another person, Diana Krupa. Josephine Henry and Diana Krupa. So if you guys need to send me, direct message me or email me your address so that I can ship these things out to you and get these things shipped. And then let me know if you're wanting a yellow measuring tape, a pink measuring tape, or a white measuring tape. And they're just all in there, and they're in really cute fabrics. And I just think these are darling. So anyways, send me that information, and be sure to follow and subscribe and turn on post notifications so that when I go live, you'll be there to see everything. Love you guys. You guys definitely inspire me, and I will see you guys really